Time now to get a check of your forecast. So, Tim, when do you think this mix is going to start for us?
Probably not until after sunset, guys. It's going to take some time for that line to kind of jog its way to the south and east. And, we started off the morning kind of quiet, just a few isolated sprinkles and light showers. Now look what's happened in the last hour or two. The radar has really filled on in, so it's a wet lunch hour across Hampton Roads here. And even some pockets of some heavier rain out there, too, especially down southern parts of Virginia Beach, lifting northwards. Downtown Norfolk, you're going to need the umbrellas out the door if you're grabbing some lunch. Along the peninsula, upper peninsula, middle peninsula, Gloucester area, Achilles, Moon, over towards the eastern shore. Wet afternoon for you, too, and even northeastern North Carolina. So pretty safe to say everybody's seeing some rain here across Hampton Roads, even interior North Carolina. Now, temperature-wise, it is just a plain old rain. It's a cold rain at that, though. 41 in Newport News, down to Chesapeake, 43 in Norfolk, 40 now in Hosky, 43 Williamsburg, 41 Hampton, and 42 now in Portsmouth. Now, the winds have picked up as well. That's going to continue to be the trend here through the remainder of the afternoon. And these gusts going to get up and over 40 miles per hour, especially along the immediate coast. Still a blustery afternoon out in inland as well, maybe up to 30, 35 miles per hour there. Wind tends to slow that down due to friction, but still very windy. And eventually they switch up out of the northwest, and that's going to draw down the colder air that is in that general vicinity there. And that's going to catch up with lingering precipitation later on today into the evening hours and changes over to a wintry mix, some sleet first, and then likely a burst of some wet snow as this whole system kind of wraps up and pulls on out. Still, we got the center of circulation over land. It's about to head towards the coastline. The timeline has been continuously slowing down with this system, a very slow mover here, and we'll see it progress through the rest of the afternoon. To the south of us, we have winter weather advisories, and to the west of us as well, and that includes Dare County in North Carolina, but everywhere else in Hampton Roads is void of any of those advisories currently. Here's how it looks on Futurecast. It really kind of picks up in amplitude as we go through the evening hours. Here we are at the evening commute. You'll notice some pockets of very heavy rain here, or as it looks. Likely in this type of scenario with heavy precipitation, it pulls down the cold air aloft, the heavier the precipitation is. So this will probably be some pockets of sleet out there by 6, 7 o'clock. And then you see the snow breaking out along I-95, and that line generally pushes towards the east and into Hampton Roads anywhere between 8 and 9 o'clock. And then everything starts to wrap up before midnight. We hang on to the clouds. It's still breezy. And then tomorrow those clouds break apart. Still a breezy day. Lots of sunshine returns, and temperatures top out around 50 or so, so a little bit warmer than we'll be today, but still well below average for this time of the year. So how much rain are we thinking here? Well, we'll average it out and say around 6/10 of an inch region-wide, a little bit less towards the north, a little bit more towards the south, so we could get upwards of an inch or so out towards the Hosky and Edenton. Then we'll time the changeover through the Richmond area around 5 p.m., Williamsburg around 7, and 8 to 9 o'clock, the rest of Hampton Roads there, seeing that general progression of that rain snow line. How much? Again, not a ton, maybe a dusting on some spots, a coating to maybe an inch in the areas in white here on the grassy and elevated surfaces. Those winds very gusty all through the evening hours, up to 40 miles per hour, and that leads to tides running a little bit higher, especially the high tide cycle on Tuesday morning out at Sewell's Point, nowhere near as high as we were running for the last nor'easter. So 43 today. We have those periods of rain, eventually over to a wintry mix and turning windy. Tonight down to 33, that early wintry mix, then windy with higher tides towards morning. And there's your 7-day forecast. We got temperatures in the 40s through the next 3 days, and then gradually by the end of the week, we're finally turning things around and bringing temperatures back above average for the first time this month. We could be in the 60s, maybe even upper 60s to near 70 by the weekend.